everyone for some more of my Juventus career mode for FIFA 19. As you can see, we are in January 1st, the halfway point of this season. And there's quite a bit that's gone on since I last saw you guys, which I said I would be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final if we make it that far. But without further ado, let's see how well we're doing in the other tournaments. There is good news and some bad news. Which, once again, I forgot to mute my phone again. Which, give me a minute here. Okay, there we go. You can see that I reached the round of 16 in the Coppa Nazionale, and I'm going to be playing against Lecce. As you can see, I was not in the first two rounds. I don't think any of the big Italian clubs are in it until the round of 16. But first and foremost, well, besides this, let's go to the Serie A. You see we have a 5-point lead over Roma on top of Serie A, which, by all rights, this is where we should be, to be honest with you. Now, Juve's been on a roll for the past 5 or 6 years winning the Serie A title, so yeah, we're in familiar territory. You can see Roma in second, Milan third, Napoli in fourth. Pretty interesting looking table, and you can see the bottom three are Brescia, Cagliari, and Lecce. Lecce's having a horrible season. They haven't even won a single game yet. They've only accumulated 3 points throughout 17 games, so they're looking like safe bets to get relegated. But take a look at the squad here real quick. You can see Aguero as my striker, Ronaldo and Costa up front with him. You can see I got a new starting right back, Sergi Roberto, which I know I said that I was looking at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And to be honest with you, Sergi Roberto is not my first pick for a right back. I actually tried to get Joshua Kimmich as a right back, but Atletico Madrid had already bought him and he wasn't willing to relocate, so unfortunately I was not able to get Roberto. And of course Aguero ended up getting, because it was either going to be him or Firmino, but my decision ended up becoming easier since Liverpool came back and said that they were not going to accept any less than 111 million for him. I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. So, but yeah, let's look at my backup team. You can see there, João Felix, my lowest rated player at a 78. Danilo grew up to an 80. And you can see my backup left back, Grimaldo from Benfica. I know I've bought him in several other career modes, but I just like him as a left back. He's one of my go-to guys in that position. I really couldn't get anybody else. I tried getting Alex Tellez. They were asking too much for him. I tried getting Robertson, but he was too low rated for me. But yeah, there's my starting 11, as you can see there. Pretty solid team, right? And I stress this because I want to take you to the Champions League. And as you can see here, we did not even make it to the top two, which is very surprising to me. I thought for sure it would be myself and Liverpool after the knockout stages. And Besiktas here, the team that I thought was going to finish bottom of the group, ended up being in second place, knocking me into a Europa League spot. Club Brugge ended up getting bottom of the group, but you can probably see on the left-hand side, I ended up starting this with 3 straight losses. I ended up losing 1-0 to both Club Brugge and Juventus, but the loss against Besiktas here in match day 3 was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And if I would have won that game instead, I would have been in second place instead of Besiktas here. But, yeah, you look at my starting 11, you're wondering, how the hell did I not make it out of the group? If anything, I should have been right up there with Liverpool. But, Lasso is not meant to be. Take a look at the other groups. Inter, Hoffenheim, no surprise there. Bayern and Valencia made it up there. Valencia making above Manchester City is a bit of a surprise. So, Barcelona, Lokomotiv Moscow, fair play to them. Right up there with Barcelona, Athens, and Lille. Ended up getting knocked out. Porto, Napoli, I kind of thought that they would be above Newcastle, and I thought that Newcastle would finish above Celtics, so Newcastle's got to be in Europa League alongside myself. Real Madrid, Dortmund easily making out of the group. Benfica only getting 4 points, which is a bit of a surprise. Atletico Madrid and PSG coming out of the group. Leipzig finishing bottom, which is a bit of a surprise for me. And Lyon and Ajax making out of the group. Shakhtar third, Wolves on the bottom. But take a look at the round of 16. Başakşehir here got Real Madrid, which is going to be a tough one for them. And Liverpool ended up getting Napoli. So, yeah, even if I would have made it out of group, I would have had a tough go at things. And because we're in the Europa League, take a look at some of the matchups here. Newcastle ended up getting Lazio. That's going to be a big one for them. You can see I ended up getting PAOK from Greece, which is going to be on paper it should be an easy match, but at the same time I thought Başakşehir here was going to be an easy match for me, but ended up turning into anything but. Yeah, I'm stuck in the Europa League, and like I said before, the fact that this team did not even make the Champions League, make it out of the Champions League group stage, to me is a massive failure. And to be honest with you, I consider this career mode to be a failure because of it. Because my career mode, but the meat of my career mode was Champions League. I wanted to make it to the Champions League final and not even make it out of the group. That's just it's really brought me down, and at this point, I don't even really care what happens to the rest of this career mode. If anything, I think it would be fitting end if I did end up losing my job over this, which I think the only way I'm going to lose my job is if I fail any of my objectives at this point, which they want me to win the cup and win the league title. And the big thing I think is keeping me on this job is that there is no Champions League objective, which I find kind of weird, but to be honest with you, I think the objective would have been either to reach the final or reach the semifinal, and for me not to get out of the group, I think in and of itself is enough for me to get the sack. Which, if I had been playing in a normal career mode, I honestly would have resigned if I would not have made it out of the Champions League group. But considering this is only one season, I'm just going to go ahead and just make it through this season and see what happens. I'm going to be very surprised if at the end of the season I'm still employed by Juventus. So, there's a good chance that the next video may end up being, well, actually no. But I'm going to have 5 episodes in this career mode regardless. But the final episode of this career mode is either going to be me losing my job or something, because, and like I said, it would be almost a fitting ending for me to get the sack considering how poorly I did in the Champions League. But you can see I got 25 million in the transfer budget, almost 250 grand in wages. I'm really not planning on making any big moves in the January transfer window, to be honest, unless I sell somebody, which, to be honest with you, I'm not really looking forward to selling anybody. So, but take one final look at the, well, not one final look, but one look at the squad report before I end this video. Got a lot of people growing. See some of the stats here. But yeah, the next video, I know I said that I was only going to play the Italian Super Cup, but depending on what happens in the transfer budget, and I do want to show off a match with Sergio Aguero and Sergio Roberto and that, so the next video will be sometime in February. Who will be the first game? My first game, I'm going to play a Serie A game. So my next video will be against Parma, which is going to be a home game, and I actually like Parma. They've had quite a bit of a struggle, but they're back in Serie A, and it's nice to see them back in the top division of Italian football. They're a team with a lot of history, but But yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna finish things off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I'll see you guys again next time.